Good morning. By my own admission, the top of yesterday's message did not age well because later in the morning, The Atlantic decided to call the administration's bluff by releasing the entire text thread among top national security leaders that inadvertently included Jeffrey Goldberg, the Atlantic editor. The day before the airstrikes, the chat discussed the political variables from striking at the Houthis. But the day of the attacks, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth texted, "Get ready for it" updates, including the use of F-18 jets, weapons, and the timeline of how the strikes would be carried out. There can be no doubt that before the airstrikes, that information then, at least, would have been considered classified information with the possibility of publication that would have blown basically the whole mission. But with the president and others insisting that there was no classified information divulged after the fact of the strikes, The Atlantic went ahead. We were at the White House yesterday, and the first official to be available was presidential counselor Alina Habba. And we asked if that assertion by the president and others absolved Atlantic.
No. So did Ratcliffe. If you look at it, so we have classifications, we have declassified conversations, and we're also allowed to use Signal for top-level official communications. We also have other means of communications that were used. And again, I'll speak to that this is, I'm not here to defend The Atlantic. It's a typical thing where a journalist is trying to make a name for himself, and I think he's making quite the name for himself, which is not a very good one. Thank you, everyone.
Note, Signal Corps is the White House internal security video messaging and video conferencing apparatus not related to the Signal app, which is at the heart of the controversy. Up on Capitol Hill, some Republicans were upset that Hegseth shared a lot of operational details ahead of time on the publicly available app. Later in the day, President Trump called the matter a witch hunt and said Hegseth is doing a great job and that the secretary had nothing to do with the controversy. There is bound to be an internal review, though, Trump did acknowledge. Perhaps looking to change the subject, President Trump hastily called an event in the Oval Office to announce the sudden imposition of 25% tariffs on all foreign-made cars. While a lot of top luxury cars are entirely made elsewhere, where the tariffs could muddy the North American auto industry, where parts and vehicles have been intertraded among the U.S., Mexico, and Canada for decades. I saw some estimates that if he sticks with the 25% level, the price of something considered an import could go up by as much as $12,000. With ear on the White House, I'm Bob Costantini.